The Prophet ﷺ one day came to this companion, and the companion had fever. He was dehydrated. And he was in severe pain. The Prophet ﷺ says to him, it's a mercy from Allah. It's a trial. So be patient. The Prophet ﷺ is trying to teach him the same wisdom. The man says, no, it's hell for me. It's punishment. The Messenger ﷺ then said, then it is. The way you see it, this is how you will react to it, and this is what you will get at the end. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to transform you, Allah wants to make you a better Muslim, you cannot ascend to a higher level of faith, of iman, of skill, of personal strength. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do? What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do to you? If you settle for complacency and you feel relaxed, you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do to you? He sends trials your way. Why? To transform you, so that you become a better person. And this is one of the explanations that the scholars gave for the very famous verse that we quote when we are in trouble. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Indeed, with every hardship, there is ease. That's the ease. The ease is within the hardship itself, but it manifests itself best when the hardship is over and you find yourself to be a totally different person on a higher level of faith, a higher level of conduct, a higher level of achievement in every aspect of your life. But when we are in the trial, what happens? Our intellect, our understanding contracts. We start to question the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But bear in mind, whenever a trouble comes your way, whenever a trouble comes your way, consider that to be a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you have been unable to grow up to a higher level, and Allah has given you the opportunity now. The Prophet ﷺ says, and this is the wisdom behind this hadith, the Messenger ﷺ says, يُبْتَلَى الرَّجُلُ عَلَى حَسْبِ دِينِهِ. A person will be tried with hardship, with challenges, trials, according to the level of his iman, according to the level of his faith and his deen. أَشَدُّ النَّاسِ بَلَاءً الْأَنْبِيَاءِ. The people who receive the most or the hardest trials are the prophets. Then the ones nearby in iman. Then the ones nearby, and so on and so forth. A person will be tried according to the level of their faith. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the prophets most, and the righteous ones most, according to the level of your iman, of your taqwa, Allah loves you. So why does Allah send more trouble when He loves more? Because trial is good. Ultimately, there is so much wisdom and benefit in trials. But the thing is that most of us are short-sighted not to notice that. So this is why you will be tried in accordance to your iman. So that it's a balance between two extremes. Because if the hardship is so tough for you, you might just denounce Islam and keep away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if it's too easy, it will not push you to a higher level. It's a balance. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has wisdom even with the degree to which He tests you. The trial has been tailored for you according to your faith. So look at it favorably, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the wisdom behind that. And this is, but by the way, if you don't maintain this mentality or this outlook on trial, what will happen? The trial will turn out to be punishment for you. And you will miss all the advantages of that. Who says that? The Prophet ﷺ. He makes it clear when he says in the hadith, which he actually narrates from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a hadith Qudusi, divine hadith. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and listen to this beautiful statement. He says, أَنَا عِنْدَ ظَنِّ عَبْدِي بِي فَلْيَظُنَّ عَبْدِي بِي مَا شَاءَ. I am to my servant as he thinks about me. What do you think about Allah? I am to my servant as he thinks about me. So when the trial comes your way, what are the thoughts that you have to have about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you maintain good thoughts that are in accordance with the names and attributes of Allah. And this is why if you want to attain this high level, you need to learn the names and attributes of Allah. That He is the most wise. He is the omnipotent. His knowledge encompasses everything. There's no value learning these without applying them in our lives. So when you know that Allah is the most wise, the trial comes your way, you know that everything happens by the permission of Allah. It happens by the permission of Allah, and Allah is wise. It must be good for me. I'll trust Allah and I'll march forward, and I see what opportunity Allah has put in my way through this trial. I'll see through it, and I'll be able to get to savor the rewards of that.